Here feels like an alternative universe to Forest Gump. Let me explain. The concept of here is to show the same location in space at different points in time, ranging from the primordial past to thousands of years in the future. Let's say Jenny wasn't a little and stayed around and started a family with Forest, and also simultaneously Forest had a higher IQ. They would be here, but their destination will almost still be the same.
You can't keep trying to rescue me all the time.
Here is a 2024 American drama film starring Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, Paul Bettany, and Kelly Riley. It is also produced and directed by Robert Zemeckis, who is notable for directing Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, and also Forrest Gump, Castaway, The Polar Express, and Pinocchio 2022. Robert Zemeckis has worked with Tom Hanks so many times, so it's safe to say they're best friends, and it kind of shows in their work together. The film is presented in a non-linear narrative, and the camera stays in the one spot and watches the specific space, which we know as here. Our main focus will be Tom Hanks' character and family. The film spans from when Tom Hanks' character's parents bought the house in World War II and when they had him and his siblings, and then they all grow up and chase their own endeavors, while still occasionally showing up at their family home here. Whilst the main story goes on, the film jumps back and forward in time, showing what else and who else used to be here. A multi-generational tale of families and a unique place they call home, bound by love, loss, laughter, and the journey of life. If you really take some time out and stand in your home and just observe the space for a little while, you get the sense of your insignificance, because many others have stood, sat, and laid where you currently stand, sit, or lay, and many others will do exactly the same when you're gone, and then you gain your significance back by realizing all of that doesn't really matter because you are here now. Seems deep, and kind of is. And with all that said, here are the pros and cons, starting with cons. Con number 1. If you have a low attention span, the one camera angle may not be for you. And that's okay, because all studios passed on this film at first, saying that it was risky and difficult of a movie for broad audiences to grasp. Con number 2. I feel like in every universe, Robin Wright's characters do not deserve Tom Hanks' characters. That's all I want to say about that. Con number 3. Now, depending on who you are as a person and how much Joe Rogan you consume, there is a moment in time that shows a family going through the pandemic with their COVID mask on. Some might say that's a bit woke, but hey, it's in the movie. And that's all the cons I have for this special film, and now for the pros. Pro number 1. You don't realize how masterful the storytelling is until you take some time out to think deeply about the film. Do you know how hard it is to tell a story from one camera angle for an hour and 44 minutes? It's pretty freaking hard. Robert Zemeckis did a great job translating the book to a film. Pro number 2. The film was adapted from the book of the same name, which was written by Richard Maguire, who drew inspiration from his real childhood home with his parents, who have now passed. Pro number 3. Because it's one camera angle, you may think things will get boring, but they don't, because so much happened here, and that's the point. Pro number 4. There is a payoff later on in the film for the one camera angle, and it was delightful. Pro number 5. It's been over 30 years since Robin Wright and Tom Hanks worked together after their 1994 release of Forest Gump, so they work really well together like old friends, and it shows in this film. They've got that chemistry going. Pro number 6. The film uses a new generative artificial intelligence technology called Metaphysic Live to face swap and de-age the actors in real time as they perform, instead of using additional post-production processing methods, and that's pretty amazing, and I'm sure it will now be the new standard for all these types of things. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this movie a 7.5 out of 10. It's a delightful watch for deep thinkers, but maybe a 4 out of 10 for people with short attention span. I most definitely recommend this movie to practically everyone. It has the potential to be a future classic, and if you really want to annoy yourself, watch Forest Gump first and then watch Here after.